Let's Talk Oculus is brought to you by, well, you. If you want to know how to support the show, go to patreon.com/playtestvr. Hello everybody, my name's Dan from Playtest VR, and today we have a special episode of Let's Talk Oculus, where we're going to dive into the Oculus Gaming Showcase, talking about all the predictions from me and my fellow co-host Samson.
Hey.
And some other people from the VR space. So I reached out to a bunch of folks from the VR space, some YouTubers and some general fans of VR, and they sent me in their prediction as well. So before we get into that, just want to say thanks for tuning in. I hope you all are having a wonderful day, and if you want to support the channel, head over to patreon.com/playtestvr. So Samson, tomorrow, 21st, we've got the first ever Oculus Gaming Showcase. Are you excited?
Oh, I am beyond excited. Finally, we get one of these.
Yeah, do you think it'll be like a Nintendo Direct? I think that's what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, definitely. I think it'll for sure have that feeling.
I'm curious to see how long it's going to be. I feel like it'll probably be about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, but, you know, we'll see. Okay, so...
Yeah. I was funny, I was just going to say, I wonder how long it will be, how many hours.
Yeah. Either way, I'm beyond excited. So, hey, let's just get straight into the predictions. So, first up, we have Alex and Skeeva, and they are from the Between Realities podcast, and they're going to kick us off with 3 opening predictions.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Playtest VR. We are Between Realities. I'm Alex VR, and this is Skeeva, and we are here to give our predictions for the Oculus Gaming Showcase. Isn't that right?
That is correct, man. I think I see them talking about Lone Echo 2 a bit. We know they are going to talk about Lone Echo 2, but I think we're going to see that maybe it's a Quest 2 exclusive. You know, what do you think?
You know, I think it's been a while since we've heard from their main IP, Beat Saber, one of my favorite games. So maybe a song pack or potentially a feature from Beat Saber would be amazing. I also predict that we won't hear anything about Horizon.
And maybe we will hear a little bit about Splinter Cell or Assassin's Creed coming to the Quest 2, because we do know that they're working with them, and hopefully they'll fill us in a little bit more.
Well, we're excited to find out. Thanks for having us, Playtest VR. We'll see you guys soon.
All right, massive thank you to Alex and Skeeva for that video. So we're going to talk about Lone Echo 2 a little later on, because we have a few people expecting Lone Echo 2 in this event. But Samson, let's talk about Beat Saber first. What do you think we should expect from Beat Saber if it's at the conference?
I'd probably say a DLC pack is a likely thing to be dropped.
Yeah, they just put out a 4-track DLC pack, didn't they? OST4. Did you check that out?
I actually haven't played it yet. I did get really into the BTS download pack, though.
Oh, I didn't know you were a big BTS fan.
That was actually my first experience listening to BTS.
Okay, fair enough, but you got right into it. I did check out the 4-pack. It wasn't really for me, I didn't think, with the music taste, but I can see some people would like it. I think for Beat Saber, personally for me, I would like some more rock, indie, you know, some more guitar music. I think that a lot of the music is kind of the same, a lot of electronic, which I get in terms of the game, but with Synth Riders just putting out The Offspring, I think it'd be nice for Beat Saber to have something like that, or at least some sort of collaboration. So not just an OST4, but some sort of collaboration with another artist.
I was a fan of the Linkin Park and the Green Day DLCs, so maybe they'll take another swing at it.
Yeah, definitely. And also, Alex talked about not hearing about Horizon. What do you think about that?
Oh, I am hoping that they say something about Horizon or Oculus venues.
Yeah, hoping, but maybe not.
Maybe.
Like, I remember, like, they were talking about Horizon back when I think the original Quest was launched, and they had the Quest, the Rift, and the Go. You know, this is ages ago now. This is like 2-3 years ago, and we've not heard anything. They're still in like a closed beta, but Yeah, heard nothing about it. That's for those of you who don't know, that's their like, would you say they're like, it's like their rec room, basically, their social.
A rec room mixed with VR chat kind of deal. I actually got invited to the beta. I've only spent about 20 minutes in the game itself, but I thought it was pretty interesting. There's definitely more work to be done on it.
Yeah, did it have any similarities as Rec Room, or did it have some like extra features?
It felt a lot more like VR chat. When I booted it up, I was put into a sort of world, and then there were two like Facebook reps there where you spawn, and they ask you if you have any questions. I didn't feel like talking to them, so I just went on with my way. And I interacted with maybe 5 to 10 people. I played some carnival games, and it really just felt like being in a VR chat world to me. But like I said, I did not really explore the potential there.
Yeah, fair enough. So we'll see. You never know, right? You never know. But the last one was info on Splinter Cell and Assassin's Creed. And definitely for me, I'm very excited to see what those games are like. Just because I'm just wondering how they're going to take it. How they're going to take an Assassin's Creed into VR and how they're going to take a Splinter Cell. I can kind of see Splinter Cell being similar to like a Phantom Covert Ops, where it's like on rails and you're doing stuff like that. But Assassin's Creed, any idea what that would look like?
Oh boy, I have no idea, because that is a big game. A big game for sure.
Yeah, and it's also just, Assassin's Creed's evolved so much, it's now like a full-blown RPG. So, yeah, I honestly have no idea what it's going to look like, to be honest, with Assassin's Creed, but it's interesting to see if it will come out in this showcase, or Ubisoft are going to have that in their own conference when E3 time comes along. Because it seems like it's more of a Ubisoft kind of thing, right?
Right. Yeah, a little disconnected from Facebook. I think it'll depend how far along they are, and one thing we all know about these VR games is they get delayed a lot.
Yeah, or come in like 2 different parts, right? But we'll talk about that. Yeah, but we'll talk about that a little later on. So once again, thanks to Alex and Skeeva for those predictions. We're going to pass it on to you, Samson, and you're going to give us the first prediction. Now, just for the audience here, I don't know any of Samson's predictions. We're going to have 3, and Samson doesn't know mine either. So it's going to be an interesting one to hear. So, Samson, the floor is yours. What is your first prediction?
All right, well, it feels right to put this first prediction here, and I do predict some sort of Oculus Venues or Horizon update, whether it's pushing their Facebook avatars or some sort of concert series in Venues. But it's about time that Venues and Horizon like saw their potential and got out of beta.
You know what? I'd be so happy for that. I feel like if you're going to get one of those, you're just going to get one. You're not going to get both. I think that's too wishful thinking, to be honest. Personally, I think having Venues out of beta, because it's been in beta for whatever I can remember now. It's been for so long. But Venues is such an interesting concept, but the thing is, I think it's not about the concept that lacks in Venues. I think it's the quality. I've been to a few of the concerts, and it's so much fun being with other people. Remember going to the Snoop Dogg one? Snoop Dogg's DJing right in front of me. He's massive as well, which is like really cool because you've got all the other avatars and they're like dancing too. It's pretty outrageous, but it's what VR is all about. But the quality's not good. Like the quality's very pixelated. I know they're trying to film in like top quality, but there are better stuff on the Oculus Store which is filmed in 8K, which looks really good. I know stuff like the Space Mission IS. Those stuff look really good in VR. So I think Oculus has to step it up in terms of resolution before they can get out of beta. Because yeah, I don't think it's ready yet either. I think it's like Horizon.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I attended the Kid Cudi concert. I thought that was very good. It did like lag maybe 3 or 4 times on me. I didn't feel like it was incredibly immersion breaking. It felt like you were listening to an old CD in the car and hit a bump and it might have skipped. Actually, I think there's a concert going on, maybe even right now, but tonight definitely for 420.
Yeah, I think there's like a little festival going on actually. Yeah, so I think Mike Tyson's at that festival, to be honest. But anyways, all right, sweet. That was a good prediction. I feel like that prediction was something that we're just fingers crossed, but who knows, right?
We'll see.
Sweet. And with that, we're gonna take it over to our next guest, and that is PJ from VR Verdict.
Hey, Dan and Playtest VR viewers. I am PJ from the VR Verdict podcast. I'm here with a couple of predictions for the upcoming Oculus Gaming Showcase. I have two predictions. One, I believe we'll get an announcement for both the second parts to Star Wars, Tales from a Galaxy's Edge, as well as Jurassic World Aftermath. My second prediction is we'll get an announcement on a partnership between Microsoft and Oculus to allow us to use our Quest 2s connected to our Xboxes. All of these predictions are very selfish of me because I want these things to happen in a big, bad way. But there you have it. Keep enjoying VR, and this was my VR verdict.
All right, thanks PJ. Thanks for those predictions. Now, those are two predictions that I really like and really love, both for different reasons. So Samson, first, the second parts of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and Jurassic Aftermath. What do you think?
Well, they have to say something about these games. I mean, if they don't, the fans will just be quite upset. It's already a little disappointing that they're split into two parts, but it is exciting. I do think that we'll see some gameplay footage from both of these games.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that Jurassic World came out and said their second part will be free, and Star Wars wasn't. I don't know if you heard that.
I have not heard that, but that is very interesting.
Yeah, because I remember when that news broke out, because obviously Star Wars was first, people were more worried about the fact that do we have to pay for it, pay DLC, you know? Similar to VR Vader Immortal. However, Vader Immortal was split into three parts, and they told you part one, you know, part two. This one they didn't really tell you, so there's a lot of backlash in that. So interesting to see, because of the backlash, will they release them for free? And what do you think, when do you think there will be? Because I think that this prediction is definitely going to be true, especially for at least Star Wars, since that came out back in November. But when do you think they'll release?
Well, I believe the Jurassic Park one is sort of like, not necessarily a horror, but sort of scary, sort of on the edge. So I wouldn't be surprised if it came out around Halloween. But quite honestly, I'm hoping both of these come out before the fall.
Yeah, I reckon you get Star Wars in the summertime and Jurassic World after fall personally, but yeah. So that was his first prediction, which I really like. But the second one was something that's really exciting. So he said a partnership between Oculus and Xbox to allow Xbox users to use Oculus. Now, I know you're itching to talk about this one, Samson, but before we get into it, Oculus and Xbox did have a partnership in the past. They do have a history. I think the early Oculus headsets used to come pre-packaged with an Xbox One controller as well. So they did have a partnership in the past. But what do you think of them partnering up so the Oculus Quest works on the Series X?
Well, this prediction has got to stem from that leak of the VR, link your VR headset from the new Xbox. I forget. The viewers can look that one.
The software update, yeah. I remember that, yeah.
But I think this would be an incredible move by Microsoft and Oculus. It would sort of directly compete with PS5, obviously, PSVR 2. And I don't think this one's going to happen, but I'm hoping so.
To be honest, I think this one is somewhat likely to happen, like somewhat. There's a few things we need to unpack here, right? One, I think you're right, the competition between Sony, where they've recently just announced their new headset, but it's not going to come till next year. So if Xbox says we're good to go, it's literally a plug in and play. Most people who have Quest 2s, well, I mean, if you can get a Series X as well, you know, it's a plug in and play. The hardware is already out there, okay? So they'll be straight in. And the Oculus Quest 2 is way more advanced than the PSVR, especially with the controllers. So that's definitely a good one-up on them. My concern would be Facebook. I think I don't know. I want to say that Microsoft had the partnership with Oculus before Facebook took them over. I could be wrong on that one. Let us know in the comments if we're wrong on anything, by the way. But I don't know if Facebook and Microsoft are going to be happy hands together and talk and have a good deal with this. And plus, I think if this is going to happen, I think it comes out at E3. It comes out of a Microsoft conference, because this, I feel like, benefits the Microsoft player, the Xbox player, more than the Oculus player.
I definitely think you're right about that. And I feel like Facebook's emphasizing that, or Oculus is emphasizing that this is a gaming showcase and not necessarily hardware or business relationships.
Yeah, that's a good point. Definitely. Like I said, I think it's going to be something like a Nintendo Direct or the PlayStation Direct, or whatever that one was called, where it's just games, and then we'll talk about hardware later at a later date. Maybe at the Facebook showcase, back in September. But sweet. Yeah, anything more to add on that, Samson?
Nothing more from me.
Beauty. Okay, so let's go on to my first prediction. So my first one is, I'm praying and hoping for this one because I've been looking forward to it ever since it was announced in September, and that is Sniper Elite VR to come to the Quest. Now, I'm going to put one up on this prediction and say Sniper Elite VR comes out this month. That's what I think. I think it comes out soon because we've heard nothing. And the reason why I say that is because Jurassic World Aftermath, for example, we heard absolutely nothing about, and then boom, it's coming next week. It's dropped. And I feel like Oculus like to do that. They don't really need to create the hype. The hype's already there. Sniper Elite, I really want two reasons why. One, because of the slight disappointment in Medal of Honor. Medal of Honor, I haven't played Medal of Honor for about 2 or 3 months because I can't update it. Like, it's been stuck on like 70% of updating, and then I have to do it again and do it again. Like, something's wrong with that game. I don't get me wrong, I loved it when it first came out. I did put out a video on it stating what I thought about the game, but it's kind of annoying how it's not updating, and I really want to jump into that scene in VR. I feel like using those old World War II guns is just so satisfying, especially with the pops and clicks and such. So yeah, Sniper Elite, I think it's going to be a fantastic game for the Quest 2, but I think it will come out this month.
That is a bold one. I like it. And it might even, they might be timing it with Zero Caliber. I believe that's coming out in a week or 2 weeks. And those games probably have similar markets.
Yeah, definitely. And we like, even with Sniper Elite going again, is that we've not even heard another trailer from them. Or nothing. It's been nothing. It's been silence, right?
Complete silence.
It's been silence. So yeah, that's my first prediction, Sniper Elite VR. And we're going to head over to 2 more guests of the show because they both have the same predictions. One is Lipnox VR and Paul from VR Relm. So let's get into their prediction.
Hey guys, Lipnox VR here, and what do I think is going to be announced for the Oculus event? Well, I wanted to bring in the Saints and Sinners game, and the update we've all been asking for. Yep, puppy dog added to the game, at the bus location, right? Right guys? Okay, cooperative, that's what we want. We want some sort of multiplayer co-op mode for Saints and Sinners, and that's my prediction. That would be awesome.
Hey everyone, this is Paul from the VR Realm, and my biggest prediction for the Oculus Showcase is that Skydance Interactive will be adding co-op to their popular title, The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. Alright,
thanks to Lipnox VR and Paul from VR Realm for that prediction. Co-op mode in Saints and Sinners. Now, I've talked extensively on the channel how much I love this game. So Samson, you talk first. What do you think about this prediction?
Well, I do think both these predictions will come true. I'm also hoping for them. I have not bought Saints and Sinners yet, and I've been waiting for some sort of co-op, and if it comes out, I'll make the purchase.
Dude, that game is so good. I'm like, it's so good. It's one of those games where you expect it to be on just PC VR. That's how good the game is optimized. Yeah, of course, it doesn't look as good as a PC VR counterpart, but wow, it runs and plays so well. I've not even finished it yet just because of, work and doing YouTube. I've not had a chance to finish, and so many games have come out. But every time I step into that world, I love Walking Dead. Big fan of that genre. Big fan of the survival horror genre. You can't see on my wall over here, but there's loads of Last of Us posters on the wall. You know, big fan of that genre. So being into that world virtually is phenomenal for me. And I love just going around with a baseball bat and barbed wire, Lucille, and just clocking these walkers. It's so much fun, and the stealth aspects of the game is really good too. So yeah, bringing co-op mode is essential. The reason why is because they recently released their Trials update. Now, if you're not aware, the Trials update is like a horde mode in VR. So it's like a horde mode, just like Call of Duty Zombies, Gears of War Horde. It's similar to like that. It's been out on the other platforms, but it got released for Oculus in February, I believe. But as soon as you jump into that horde mode, you're like, I need to be with someone else here. This needs another buddy. It's going to be 100 times better. It's like Left 4 Dead in a way. It's going to be way better with people. So I think this is a must, and I think it will be, because they've already confirmed that they'll be at the showcase. And I think this is a no-brainer. This is 100% going to happen. You got my seal of approval here. That's how confident I am.
Yeah, same here. I'm just hoping it's not like a gun pack or another DLC. It's got to come with that co-op.
So disappointed.
Yeah,
I'll be so disappointed. I'd make a reactions video just to talk about that. But yeah, definitely. And then you can buy it, and then we can head into it. Jump into some co-op horde mode. It'll be fun.
Oh yeah. I would definitely look forward to that one. Although I am a little petrified of the zombies, I'll get over it.
That's why you co-op. You got a buddy, right? Awesome. So thanks for that prediction once again, Lipnox VR and Paul from VR Relm. Now, Samson, it's time for you. Your second prediction. Take it away.
All right, here we go. So we are confirmed that Cloudhead Games will be at the Oculus Gaming Showcase, and something with Pistol Whip will come out. I think that this will be a Pistol Whip Wild West DLC, and once again, the DLC will likely be free like the last one. Thank you. And you'll probably get some sort of revolver and have some sort of Wild West theme. And I very much look forward to this. I'm not sure the type of music it'll have, but I know it's going to be good.
Some sort of electro Wild West theme, you know.
Like a spaghetti western or something.
Oh, dude. I only picked up Pistol Whip like a month ago. And oh my god, I've missed out so much. If any of you guys watching haven't played Pistol Whip, get on it immediately. You don't even worry about the DLC. Get on it immediately. It is so much fun. So much fun. It's so good. And I really like that, like, kind of cyberpunky justice type music as well, like thumping music, and it's so much fun. And the art style is beautiful. It's similar to Samson. You ever played Hotline Miami?
No, I've never played that one.
People who have played Hotline Miami, it came out on the Vita actually first, but it's out on PS4 now. That has an amazing music style, and it's very similar in that music style. So yeah, 100% recommend Pistol Whip, and I couldn't agree with you more, Samson. I think, wasn't there a leak for Wild West as well?
Yeah, VR Focus reported it. I believe they had an interview with the Cloudhead Games CEO, and he said we're going to be in for a wild ride in a cowboy accent, and made a couple other hints at a Wild West theme.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I expect this one to happen too, and I'm going to be beyond excited, even though I already know it's probably going to happen. Yeah, definitely. Well, thanks, Samson, for that. And we're going to take it over now to Matt from BMF VR. Take it away, Matt.
Let me see. My number one prediction for the Oculus Gaming Showcase next week would have to be probably Lone Echo 2 being released on the Quest platform. Now, I'm headed on vacation.
Thanks, Matt from BMF VR, for that prediction. Okay, Samson, we heard it again. Lone Echo 2. What do you think?
Well, this one has got to be... I mean, they need to release something about it, right? It's been, what, a year and a half or 2 years since they first announced it. I played Lone Echo. I don't know how far into it I got. I definitely got stuck at some point and haven't gone back to it, but I loved it. But the thing about it is that it's very visually, it's just beautiful, and the physics in it are incredible. And I don't know that they're going to be able to get a Lone Echo 2 on just the Quest. I don't know that.
Well, I agree with Skeeva from our first prediction, who did say it's going to be exclusive to Quest 2. I think we saw it with Resident Evil last week, and I think this is the start of the end of the original Quest for these big blockbuster ones. And if we go back a little bit when we were talking about Assassin's Creed and Splinter Cell, I think those two, or maybe at least one of them, will also be Quest 2 exclusive. I think it's time to push the chip fully, and I think it's important. I know it kind of annoys people who are on Quest 1, but the issue is with these big budget games and developing for it, if it has to release on Quest 1 as well, then they have to accommodate with the lowest common denominator. So they'll never be able to push the game out so full. I mean, Walking Dead does it fantastically, to be fair, but you're right, Lone Echo 1 takes up a hell of a lot of CPU power. When I was playing it actually the other day, just to get back into it, because they've already been said that they are going to be at the event, and yeah, that game is so good. It's so good, and I love the way you can move around. The amount I normally play that game sitting down, and I don't really do that with any VR game, just because it's so easy to just like move around and such. So you're right, it's so cinematic. I'm not sure if it will be on Quest 1.
I mean, all that said, I don't think we've seen a game, since they haven't had a Quest 2 exclusive yet, we haven't seen a game really push the limits of what the Quest 2 can do. So maybe they can surprise us.
You're right, and I'm going to quickly skew this onto my second prediction, because my second prediction is going to be on Lone Echo, but it's going to be a bit of a bold one, because everyone's predicting Lone Echo 2, and I think it's pretty much all but confirmed that you'll see Lone Echo 2. However, what I think is going to happen, I think Lone Echo 2 is still not ready to be released, right? And I think it will be pushed till maybe at the end of this year, maybe even pushed just after 2021 into 2022, around like Jurassic World time, around like January. But in the meantime, Lone Echo 1 will be ported to the Quest for the summertime. That's my prediction.
Ooh, that's a bold one.
I'm all about the bold predictions, Samson, all about them.
I mean, that would explain what they've been up to for the last 2 years. I mean, that would be incredible. I would definitely go back to Lone Echo on a Quest 2 exclusive, and that would sort of give people an entry point into the Lone Echo world before Lone Echo 2 releases next year. I mean, I like it. I like that prediction a lot.
Yeah, I mean, my reasonings for it was because Lone Echo 1 is only available on PC VR, and the Quest 2 has smashed all of Facebook's records. It's outsold the Quest 1, the Rift S, whatever. You name every VR headset on the Facebook's cloud, smashed them all, right? And probably smashed pretty much every PC VR as well. Let's be real here. They just don't release the numbers, but it probably has. So there's so many more new Quest 2 owners, let alone VR users, like in general. So when Lone Echo 2 comes out, they'll be like, what the hell is this game? What is number 2? Where's number 1? I can't play number 1 because I need a high-end PC VR and I didn't buy the Oculus for this. So that's what I think. That's why I think the Lone Echo 1 will be ported. I don't think it's Quest 1 at all. Like you said, very CPU intensive. It's very visually beautiful. And it makes a difference as well. I did play it on low settings before and I changed it to high and I was like, okay, wow, this is so much better. I can look outside the spaceship and see everything and it's so much better. So yeah, that's my reasonings for, and I think for the people who have played Lone Echo 1, having Lone Echo 1 on the Quest 2 is probably going to be something nice for them while they wait a little bit or much longer for Lone Echo 2.
Right. And when did Lone Echo 1 release? Was it 2018?
Good question.
Yeah, I'm not sure when it was, but...
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I don't know, but they've talked about Lone Echo 2 for a while, and it was meant to be on PC VR. And that's another thing, right, Samson? We're kind of adding another prediction in here where we're predicting it's not coming to PC VR at all. Like, it's just coming to the Quest platform, and I think that's correct because they've scrapped the Rift, they've scrapped the Go. It's not going to come on Go anyway, but like they've scrapped that too. they're focusing everything on Quest. It doesn't make any sense to release something that doesn't work on Quest unless you have to use a PC VR setup, to me. So yeah, so we're kind of thinking that Lone Echo 2 does not come to PC VR.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that prediction. Although maybe they'll want to show off AirLink, you know, or what is that what it's called? Their wireless virtual desktop? Yeah.
That's true. It could be some showpiece on how AirLink works so well. Although, on that note, by the way, everyone's angry that AirLink is so close to Virtual Desktop. Virtual Desktop has just announced 120 Hz support. You know, the developer, I forget his name. I want to say his name's Guy Godin. I want to say his name. Yeah. Fantastic. I've never spoken to him directly, but the way he puts out updates and works on that virtual desktop platform is fantastic. So I don't expect it to go away anytime soon. In fact, I feel like it's still going to be the lead for a long time. I think Facebook are going to take a while to make AirLink established. Just look at the betas for Horizon and venues.
I definitely agree. Yeah, I don't use virtual desktop daily, but I'm a user of it for sure.
Awesome. So that's Lone Echo 2. And we're going to go straight into our next guest. And we got Matteo 311, who's going to come with 3 predictions.
Hey Dan, what's going on? So I heard you're looking for some predictions for the Oculus Quest Showcase that's coming up. I could give you a couple. I mean, we'll go with the simple one that's probably the most obvious, that we're going to get Lone Echo 2 on the Quest. And it's probably coming soon. I mean, the latest, I would say the end of the year, but I'm expecting sooner than that. I expect we'll get some more information on the Ubisoft projects, the Splinter Cell and the Assassin's Creed projects coming to the Oculus Quest. And I think they'll probably tease us with something completely unexpected, like a big announcement, but it's going to be later down the road. That's what I'm thinking. Simple stuff. Usually the rumors are right. Let's see what happens.
All right, thanks Matteo311 for those predictions. Now, Samson, before we get into those, because we have had a couple of those before, look at his setup. It's awesome, right? We've got a basement, he's got a projector, he's got the cyber shoes in the background, I think, if you can see there. So much space for VR. I'm jealous. I'm completely envious.
I mean, I'm here filming from my kitchen studio, so you know I'm jealous.
Yeah, and I got a green screen here, which is made up out of card. No, but that setup is so awesome. I love that, and I can see that he's a massive Mass Effect fan. Mass Effect on the VR, that could have been a prediction. No chance. Anyway, so let's get into it. So he mentioned Lone Echo 2. The interesting thing with this one, though, that he said that he expects it to be later on in this year rather than being like right at the end. Where I predict it to be floating over, so we'll see on that one. Once again, we spoke about that one, I'm not too sure. He also mentioned Assassin's Creed and Splinter Cell again, so we won't talk about that one, but he did mention an interesting one at the end, a tease for a big announcement, completely unexpected, but for later down the road. What on earth could that be? Could that be a hardware thing, do you think?
Ooh, I really wish it was a hardware thing, but I do not think they're going to talk hardware at this at all.
If you do wish it was a hardware thing, though, what do you think it could be if it was?
Potentially the Quest, like a Quest Pro, something like that, or something where they shift the sizes. They discontinue the 64 and they make the 256 a normal, and then release whatever's next, 512.
You know what? I think that's a good suggestion, because if you think about Resident Evil 4, which is now going to be Quest 2 only, and potentially Lone Echo, potentially Assassin's Creed and such, most likely they're going to be bigger games. Like, I'm pretty sure that Walking Dead is around 10 gig alone, and I think that's the biggest game by far that I have on my Quest. So if something like Lone Echo 2 comes out on the Quest, I expect it to be more than that probably. So you're right. What have you got? I got a 64. What do you have?
I got the 256. So I bought the 64. I owned it for about 2 weeks, and then I realized, this isn't going to cut it.
Yeah, I should have had that site, to be honest. I didn't realize I'd still be doing the YouTube, to be honest. But yeah, you're right. But no, I think that's a good shout. They could, I mean, it's hardware related, but they could throw that at the end as like a press announcement where the 64 is now discontinued and now there's one 256 model. That will make a lot of sense, I would say. Definitely a lot of sense. I'm just thinking as well, maybe if we are talking hardware, maybe they do something with that Elite strap, because that Elite strap still has the same problems. It's just, they've just acknowledged it. Oh no! Oh man, I was like, what are you doing? Get back in this camera. Oh my god, that's brutal. Do you know how it broke? Did it just like break on its own, or?
I mean, I went to go put it on, tighten it, and I did have like the VR power battery pack, so it was a little cumbersome to tighten it. And then I think I had these headphones on too, so there was a lot going on, and I just heard pop, and I knew exactly what I had succumbed to.
You know what? I see so many reports about it. This is the first time I've seen someone actually know who's had it happen. Oh my days. It is so small and fragile though, isn't it? It is that there's so much weak points. There's a good weak point right in the center there. So, but they are doing like a 1-year warranty, so I guess you can get that replaced.
Yeah, I had bought that before that, but yeah, I believe that they started doing a warranty on it.
Yeah, sweet. So hopefully something like a better headset, please. That would be beautiful. Yeah, okay, this is an expected announcement because we already know that Vertigo Games are going to be at the gaming showcase, but they're going to tease their new game After the Fall, which is a apocalyptic, like snowy apocalyptic co-op adventure. I'm going to read the description because it sounds so awesome. It says, from the creators of Arizona Sunshine comes an epic VR action FPS with intense co-op gameplay at its core that pits up to 4 players against a post-apocalyptic VR world with a ferocious undead, mutated and twisted by the relentless cold. Oh my god, Samson, this sounds epic.
Sounds pretty sweet, and I will say I love multiplayer games in VR. I love to play with a few of my in real life friends, and this sounds exactly like what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, it's exactly what VR is all about. It's why big screen is so great, you know, because you get to connect with people. It's like Rec Room and VR chat is why it's so great. Like Walkabout and ProPut is so great. Co-op game I think is what's gonna make VR games more mainstream, because you'll be like, oh, look, like Samson, you're on the East Coast, I'm on the West Coast, we're on complete opposite sides, but yet we can jump into a game of golf, you know. But this seems so epic, and I think that this one would also be a Quest 2 exclusive again, because all these like things that they're promising, I just can't see it on the Quest 1. I just can't see it. But holy smokes, man, I can't wait to see that game. I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I'm sorry, all you Quest 1 users. I was one of you before I succumbed to the Quest 2. But, you know, it's just what you got to do. With this mobile technology, it evolves very quickly.
Yeah, I agree. I'll probably feel it more when Quest 3 comes out and I'm on Quest 2, and I don't know what you guys are into right now. But on that note, Samson, hit us with your third and final prediction for the show.
All right, here's a big one. My boldest of them all. Medal of Honor multiplayer for the Quest 2. Now, Medal of Honor is a game that, as you know, sort of flopped, to say the least. And I don't own it, but I've read that the multiplayer is just completely dead and completely empty. And I think that it's a part of the game that they could potentially port to the Oculus Quest 2, and it might then bring people back to the multiplayer, and potentially if you can play it multiplayer with the PC VR folks, then it might bring back that, you know, the PC VR game. But if not, it might just keep a buzz.
Yeah, I think so. I think there was some, I don't know if it was actual rumors or just people in the community thinking that it makes sense, that this might be a thing for the Quest 2. I feel like it definitely needs it. You're right. The last time, it's been a couple months since I've jumped in, but the last time I did jump in, the multiplayer is nothing. It's nothing. So they need to do something, and to have a massive multiplayer game is going to be great for the Quest. I know we have something like Population 1's already out there. We've got Echo as well and such, but we have quite a few. But this is completely different. It's a war game in multiplayer mode, and look at Call of Duty. Like, everyone loves these war games in multiplayer mode. So if they can mimic something like that, but obviously much more toned down for being on the Quest, I hope so. To be honest, Samson, I'm not confident with this one. The reason why is I was about to say is just because it ran so bad. Like, I'm not gonna lie, on my setup, and you can see that in the video after this podcast if you want, that for some reason it ran great. It ran fantastically well on high settings on my setup, so I didn't see what other people were seeing. But I still know that it doesn't run so well. It's not optimized. The game itself is like 200 gigs alone. It's ridiculous. And the update doesn't even update. It's like, okay, let's sort that out before you can try and sort something that's really optimized on the Quest. Now, the saving grace for that is that if another developer picks it up, so a developer with VR experience, not Respawn obviously, but one with experience, does pick it up and does port the multiplayer to it, that could be your thing. You see that all the time in the industry, right? Different companies porting different modes to different systems. So I think it could be. I'm not optimistic.
Neither am I, but I'd probably give it a play if it came out, so.
Yeah, 100%. Awesome. Well, thanks, Samson, for that. Next prediction is going to be for another guest. His name's Elnar, and you might not see him before. He's a big VR fan, but he's also the editor for the virtual reality Oasis channel, which I'm sure that all of you have heard of before. So take it away, Elnar.
Hey, this is Elnar. I'm the video editor at Virtual Reality Oasis, and my prediction for Oculus Showcase is Space Pirate Arena.
All right, thanks Elnar for that. So we got a completely new prediction from Lone Echo 2s and Assassin's Creed, and this one is Space Pirate Arena to come to the Quest 2, because I believe it's not on the actual store right now. It's only on SideQuest. Is that correct, Samson?
Believe so, yeah. I think it's only on the SideQuest.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know about what this game is, it is made by the same folks as Space Pirate Trainer, but Space Pirate Arena simply uses your play space to move around. So it's like a laser tag game, but you need a minimum of 10 meters by 10 meters play space. I think it does say that on the website as well, and when you do get the game. So for me, I've not been able to try it out because, but how about you, Samson? Have you tried it out, or same?
I've not been able to try it out either. It looks ideal for taking a few people to, like, renting out a gym or something like that, where you can, like, actually feel like you're playing laser tag and there's nothing around you. It looks very cool, but I don't know how many times I'm going to be in a play space big enough for it. Although potentially outside with an IR illuminator at night.
Well, that's the thing, right? If you could use your Quest outside, freaking perfect. This would be an awesome game for it, but you can't because of sunlight and, like you just said. But yeah, I think this is a good one for the VR arcades. I know a lot of the VR arcades. I don't think there's many of them. I remember talking to PJ and Wookie on the VR Verdict podcast about this, where they went to a couple as like birthday parties, so they'll have like 8-9 people, but they were playing some sort of laser tag game where there will be actual live people in the room as well. So they're playing like a zombie game, but the zombies in the actual room would grab onto you. So you get that like 4D effect, at the same time. So you're in a bunch of immersion. So similar thing with Space Pirate Arena, although it's laser tag against one of each other. But I think this is going to be an interesting one to put over. I think they could port this one to the Quest 2 and have it for someone who's in a room like this or a kitchen like yours, Samson, where like I feel like there's so many good transportation methods now in VR. Obviously you have your smooth, but you have the teleportation, you have your snap turning. There's so many different ones. So I think, or you can have like gorilla tag, where you're actually running like this and get knackered out. But I think they could bring this to the Quest, but as not a room scale. I think they could adapt it I think it's definitely possible.
Yeah, I'm not sure what what holds this game back. Is it the room scale bit? I'm not sure why it hasn't made it to the store yet.
Yeah, the other issue is, of course, there's it's a laser tag game, right? So you need someone else with you playing, and once again you could adapt that to online, but then what differentiates that from something like Population 1, who's going to have private modes soon, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, they've come out with it, right, the private mode. So it's hard to differentiate. I think that's their differentiating factor, where it is all in a room, you're with the same person and you're firing. So yeah, I'll be, if this is announced on the showcase, I'm interested to see how they're going to implement it.
Same here. It definitely looks cool. I hope to see something about it.
Yeah, definitely. And with that, we're going to go to my last prediction. Now, another bold prediction, because I'm full of them. I love these bold predictions. And now, I don't know about you, Samson, but with the Resident Evil 4 announcement last week, I was jumping all around my house. Like, I knew it was coming because it was leaked, but I didn't know. Like, it was leaked, but I was like, is it really going to come? Like, is it? Full disclaimer, I've never played Resident Evil 4, as mad as that is. I love the Resident Evil games. I played the 2 remake when it came out, and I played the 3 remake, which was not as good, but still it came out. 7, Biohazard, is amazing. I played that whole game in PSVR, and I figured that's how nuts I am. But that game is immaculate. And when, I think they just announced Village is coming out in May, right? No PSVR support for that yet, but I expect that to come out next year when the VR2 is announced. But Resident Evil 4 is already coming. We know this because it got announced last week. But here's my prediction. I think, and now I don't know how it's going to come out, but I think Resident Evil 4 will have a co-op mode. Now I don't know, because Resident Evil 4, it's always with the 2 characters, right? Leon and Claire. That's what Resident Evil's about, or especially with the older ones. So one could play as Claire, one could play as Leon. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a co-op story. Like, it's going to be the story, but you can play it cooperatively. I think that changes the game a ton. So don't think it's going to be like that. But I think it's going to be something like this potential Saints and Sinners co-op with a horde mode, where there's going to be a co-op feature. So there'll be an extra add-on where it'll be a game mode, where it could be like a horde mode, or it could be just like some like VR case files. So you'll have like 4 or 5 different co-op only missions that you could play. I would freaking love that. Absolutely love that.
I have not played much Resident Evil, but I would definitely play you with that. Play that with you.
Do you a fan of horror games at all? Especially on the headset, because it's a different one being on the flat screen to a headset.
I have a hard time with VR and horror. I don't know if I've mentioned that before, but yeah, I struggle with it, but I can kind of push myself through. I see myself being able to play this game. I feel like I could play The Walking Dead. It'll be close. There might be times where I'm taking breaks, but I would definitely enjoy this one. And the huge long campaign, you can't say no to that in the Quest 2.
Can't say no, and it's Quest 2 exclusive, if none of you knew that. They didn't release whilst we're on the topic of Resident Evil, let's discuss that a little bit. They didn't release a release date just yet. I think we'll get one tomorrow, to be honest. I think we'll get one. I feel like, to be honest, it will come within the next couple months. I don't think because Resident Evil 8 Village is coming out in May. I feel like they want something similar, a similar time frame, because maybe people who don't have the systems, they want to dive into the VR version, so they're still also hyped. And I think it's also something for the VR community to try and get into maybe a PS5, Xbox to play Village as well. So I reckon it'll be out sooner rather than later. What about you, Samson?
I agree. I'm hoping it'll come out soon, but this game does make sense, like I said before, to release around Halloween. So I'm not sure how far into the game, like, are they done with it? I'm not sure. We'll probably see some gameplay footage tomorrow and have a better sense of how far along they are for a release date.
Yeah, and I think it also would make sense for them to spread apart Village and Resident Evil 4 as well, but it is completely different platforms. I think if Resident Evil 4 was coming out on PSVR as well, then I think they'll bring space between it. Matter of fact, I think it would be out now and Village will be out later, to be honest. but it's not. It's Quest 2 exclusive, which it really excites me, to be honest. It's good to try and get people more on the platform. So yeah, I'm excited for that one. It's a day one purchase for me, 100%.
There are going to be people who buy Quest 2s just for Resident Evil, for sure.
Yeah, it's been out on everything. Like I also heard on the comments of people talking about it when it did get announced that, okay, we've had Resident Evil on everything. I've even got it on my fridge nowadays. It's going to be like Skyrim, where Alexa's also got Resident Evil 4. But this is completely different because it is Resident Evil 4 in heart, but it's going to be a completely different game because of the perspective, and they're going to have to change. Like I said, I haven't played it, but I'm judging like it's going to be similar to like potentially Resident Evil 2, where they're going to have to change a lot of the mechanics of the puzzles to make sense in VR, because they could be breaking in VR. So yeah, I'm really excited for this one.
I'm looking forward to seeing what they release for it tomorrow. Definitely.
And we got, well, one last guest, and then we're going to have a bonus prediction that's going to come out at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that one. But just for the middle of the show here, we got Taz from Taznic Gaming VR, who's going to come all the way from New Zealand with a prediction.
Hello dear, it's Taz from Taznic Gaming VR. How's everybody doing? My prediction for this week's Oculus Showcase is to see Z-Race make it to the Oculus platform. It's a fantastic racer, with the hand racing and a cockpit view still to come. Bring it on!
Alright, thanks Taz for that prediction, all the way from New Zealand, like I said. Now Samson, have you ever played Z-Race before? It is only on a PC VR at the moment.
I have not played this game yet. I was a big Wipeout fan. And it also sort of reminds me of, I'm not sure you played this, but Jet Moto. It was sort of a jet ski game. It reminds me of both of those. It's definitely got an interesting take on controls, and if it comes to the Quest, I might have to give it a try.
Yeah, I've not played it either, but to be honest, I never heard of it until Taz sent me the clip, and I had to obviously look it up, and yeah, it screams Wipeout to me. I was shown by Taz in that video where he was like moving with his hands, so I guess that's how you actually move your little racer there. I don't know what you would call it, but he also mentioned that there's cockpit view, which is confirmed for this game. Now I feel like cockpit view in a Wipeout type game is going to be motion sickness galore. What do you think?
Oh yeah, that sounds like, I mean, you're going to have the vignette, you know, that type of deal.
Yeah. The tunnels.
Yeah, exactly. I could see myself getting quite ill, but you know, maybe with enough time in the game, you can sort of build up endurance and get used to it.
Yeah, and once again, companies are finding more and more ways to make that better, make the motion sickness better. And hey, 120 hertz has been announced, and it's coming eventually when everyone gets the V28 update. If this comes out, 120 hertz will benefit so much. This will benefit from the 120 hertz because it will reduce the motion sickness completely. So yeah, if that comes, it needs 120 hertz. I think it looks really cool, this game in general. But yeah, I've heard nothing about a Quest, no rumors or anything. So this one's definitely a bold prediction. So nice one to end the show with.
Yeah, nice to mix up the genre a bit. We got our first racing game.
Exactly. Have you ever played Dash Dash World, by the way? Have you got into that yet? Yeah, I did get it when it first released, but motion sickness galore for me. Even when I'm changing the settings as much as I can. So yeah, we'll see if this one can do it. But with that, that's all the predictions we have. So you've heard 3 predictions from both me and Samson, and then you also have heard a bunch of our guests. So thanks so much again to everyone who has participated to this video. Any closing thoughts, Samson? Like once again, are you super excited for this event? Less than 24 hours away now.
I am very excited. I cannot wait to tune in and just see what happens.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know by now, Oculus Showcase is at 3 p.m. Pacific time on the 21st, so that's tomorrow for us, and 6 p.m. EST, is that correct? 3 hours difference? Yeah, unfortunately, I'm at work till 4 p.m. PST. So, but the thing is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay off Twitter. It's going to be all muted. And I'm going to get home and I'm going to put this camera on and I'm going to watch this and we'll get some reactions, you know, because if they announce Resident Evil 4, you'd see me screaming on camera. So I feel like you'd want to see that. Yeah, definitely. Sweet. So thanks, Samson. Thanks a lot for joining me. And thanks to all of you guys who tuned into this video and made it this far. I think we're just over an hour now. So thanks so much for watching this video and enjoy the showcase tomorrow.
Recently, Oculus made it so that you could use one of these with one of these. So I think it's only logical that we get this.
They met as adversaries. A monster made them allies. A secret agent, immaculate, intelligent, a rookie. They call him only G. His identity, a mystery. Playboy cop. Isaac Washington. Make him mad, and he'll rip your balls off. Tonight, these unlikely allies will confront terror most foul in the blood-soaked halls of Papa's Palace of Pain. On the shoulders of two men.
Typing of the dead.